Good morning, all learners, and welcome to this session. This session is actually not a teaching session, it is a kind of problem solving session regarding dissertation. But first, I would like to prefer some brief idea about how to write a research proposal or dissertation step by step. So, then we will discuss about this dissertation. So, I'm going to share the slide. So this is a guideline for preparation of a research project, and this is a very basic steps. And if you remember, I have taught all the things my second lecture and third lecture regarding research methods in rural development. Number one is identification and formulation of problem. Second is review of literature. Identification and formulation of problem means what you want to do in your research proposals or even PhD, even dissertation, and any research problem you select should be relevant to in any field, either psychology, medical fields, science, arts, humanities, should be relevant for society. So you have to select formulation of research problem, that is your topic. The second is review of literature. It is a related to your problem, research problem. uh, all literature should be related to your problems, so you can identify your objectives. While reading your reviews, books, journals, articles, any published paper, you will get more authentic objectives. When you read your all literatures, you can get objectives from there. And what is the objective? Objective should be research gap. What is research gap in your research problem? That is objective. That's why if the objective is from your research gaps of other literatures, so you can get more authentic data from for making, you can get more authentic data from field or survey. Now come to the formulation of hypothesis. Formulation of hypothesis means I have taught you it's a tentative thought about your research problem. Like when you see a movie and title of the movie, you get what is exactly in the movie. This is is a idea of movie. So it is also a formulation of hypothesis. Now operationalization of concept. What is concept? uh, which perspective of concept is doing in your research. Then research design. Research design is a backbone of your research. I have taught you four type of research design: experimental, exploratory, descriptive, and diagnostic. Which type of you find in your, which type of research design you need in your research problem, you can select. Then selection of sample. uh, Sample, how you select? One statistical method I have seen in Google uh, platform, but sample is the total 20% of the total population of cell sample. So you can select either by many type of sampling method. Now the selection and of method and tools for data collection, which type of method you want to select, and which type of statistical, which type of data collection you want, primary or secondary, what you want to do. and collection of data, then processing of data, then what you have collect your data from the field, then analyze and interpretation of data, then you make a report, and these things according to your, these things you have to manage by time and budget. This is a very basic things. These are how to write. Developing a research proposal involving some preliminary stage like potential ideas. Main is your idea. Then what your ideas, choose and explore. Then you have to make a topic in very specific manner. Then formulation of research. These are the things. Then step by step, it is a little bit technical step, you can say. So make sure your proposal is perfect, will drastically improve your chances of landing a successful research position. So these steps you have to follow, so there is no doubt you have the most cutting edges research idea to date. So these steps, and I'm going to give little bit idea about one by one. First is introduction. Introduction is the first step of your research proposal. Researcher who wish to obtain grant funding for a project often write a proposal, or not only proposal, dissertation also. So when seeking funding for research based on postgraduate degree program, or in order to obtain approval of completing a thesis or PhD. So this is only a brief introduction. We should be considering it at the beginning of an insightful discussion about the significance of the topic that observe deserve attention. And researcher, you all should understand what you are trying to accomplish after they read your introduction. So they should be able to perceive your zeal for the subject matter and a genuine interest in the possible outcome of the research. So your, as your uh, introduction, consider answering some questions in 2 3 paragraphs. Number one, what way does the study address its primary issues regarding your research problem? And the next one, next paragraph should be, does that subject fall under the domain of the field study? And another one is investigate that problem and what method should be used. What is the importance of a study? What does it impact academia and society overall, and what are the potential implication of research proposal for someone reviewing the proposal? So these things should be in your introduction. So it is not necessary to include an abstract or summary for the introduction to the most academic department and funding resources sources. And the second one is a background and importance. It is all coming in this in introduction part. Background process in you explanation of rationale for the research proposal and its significance, it is provided in this section. This is a background, and it is preferably to separate this part from the introduction, and so that narrative flow seamlessly. So the section should be approached by presuming reader are time pressed but want to general review overview of the whole study and the research questions. So please keep in mind that this should it not an exhaustive essay and contain every detail of your research proposal, uh, and concise document that will spark interest in your research proposal. So while you should try to into account following factor when framing the significance of your proposal study, there are no rigid rules, like provide a detailed explanation of purpose and problem of the study, maybe multi-dimensional interdisciplinary research problem often require this. An outline of the proposal, propose of your proposed research to describe and advantage of carrying of the studies, and be sure the highlight how your research contribute to existing theories that relate to the problem of the study. This is very important. Once you choose your topic, so you have to make out which theory is related to your problem or your topic, and justify how this theory is applied on your dissertation. The another one is to provide a sense of direction of your study, define the scope of your proposal, and defining key concepts, terms, if the necessary, it is recommended. So the step to a perfect research proposal all get more specific and be moved forward to enhance the concept of the research. And in this case, it will become important to make sure that your supervisor or your whatever your guide, your funder has a clear understanding of every aspect of your research. Then you can make a better research problem. The second is third one is reviewing prior literature and studies. I have taught you. Again, I would like to explain you. uh, for this, aim of this paragraph is to establish the context and significance of the study, including review of the current literature pertinent into it. So this part aims to properly situate your proposed study within the bigger scheme of things what is being investigated, while at the same time showing the innovation, originality of your proposed works. And when you're writing a review of literature, it is imperative that your format is effective, because it contain extensive information that allow you to demonstrate your main research and compare to other scholar. So separating the literature according to major categories or conceptual framework is an excellent way to do this. And this is very more effective method, listening such studies one by one, chronological order. So all the in order to arrange review of existing relevant study is an effective manner. Literature reviews writing using by 5 criterias. Now, first, be sure cite your previous study to ensure the focus remain on the research question. Means please refer to our guide on how to write research paper. Second, the study the literature method means hypothesis, conclusion, recognize the author different perspective, and compare, contrast the various themes, argument, methodology, and perspective discussed in the literature, and explain most prominent point of disagreement. Another point that should be in a review of literature, evaluate the literature, identify persuasive argument offered by scholars, choose the most reliable, valid, and suitable methodology. Another one is this is a fourth, missed, research design. No, fourth one is a research question. Research questions and objectives. I missed there. This is the next step to develop your research objective. Once you determine your research focus, means when your reader read your proposal, what to do you want them to learn? Question is this: Try to write your objective in one sentence. If you can, put then some thought into framing them properly. Objective is should not be more and more long. It should be not in uh, one or two lines. It should be short, so reader can, and it should be like that reader can better get while reading. So by setting an objective for your research, you will stay on track and avoid getting sidetracked. And any study proposal should address the some irrespective of topics or problem, like what are you hoping to accomplish from the study, and when describe the study topic and research problem, be concise and to the point it should be. Then what is the purpose of study, and compelling argument must also be offered to support your choice of topic. And what research method will you use? It is essential to outline clear logical strategy for completing your study and make sure that is doable. The fifth is research design. Research design, I have told you, it is a map. Think when uh, you want to make your home, you want, before making home, you want one map. Where is your room, where is your kitchen, where is your garden? So in research, your research design is just a map, and very important to write this part correctly and organize logically, even though you are not starting the research yet. This must leave reader with a sense of assurance that topic is worthwhile. So to achieve this, you must convince your reader that your research design, your procedure will adequately address the study problem. And it seek to ensure that the employed method are capable of interpreting and likely study result efficiently. So you should design your research in a way that is directly related to objective. All points are interconnected, so every things should be interconnected to your prior things. So research design should be connected to your objective, and exemplifying your study design using example from your literature. You are setting your design effectively, you should follow other researchers good practices. Uh, if you describe the methods you will use to make include the some points, like develop a plan for conducting your research, as well as how to intend to interpret the finding based on the study objectives. And when you describing your objective with the selected techniques, it is important to also elaborate on your plans. This is also method. And this section not only a present a list of events. Once you have chosen the strategy, make sure to explain why it is good way to analyze your study questions. Provide clear explanation. Otherwise, your research is not going in good manner. So, lastly, I would like to say plan ahead to overcome any challenges you might encounter during the implementation of research design. So you closely follow the best practices, outline the relevant study, as well as justify your selection. You will prepared to address in any questions concern you may encounter. Now the sixth one is a knowledge contribution and relevance. How your research is relevance to society. So, in this section, you describe your theory about how your study will contribute to expand or alter knowledge about the topic of your study. You should discuss the implication of your research on your future studies, applications, concept, decision, procedure, and it is common to address the study finding from the conceptual, analytical, and scientific perspective. And if you are framing your proposal of research, some questions may help you. One, how could the result be interpreted in the context of contesting to the premises of study? And could the expected study result lead to proposal for further research? And is your proposed research going to benefit in any way, or what way will the suggest study impact or enhance the quality of life? Another one is, are the study result going to have an impact on intervention for techniform in intervention forms, techniques or policies? And what potential commercial, societal or other benefit could be derived from the outcome? And could they bring upon implementation, could they bring about new site or breakthrough? So these things should be uh, in on knowledge contribution and relevance. And another one is adherence to ethical principles. Nowadays, in every writing, either your research proposal or any article, you should follow the ethical principles. So in term of scientific writing style, no particular style is generally acknowledged as more or less effective. So the purpose is simply to provide relevant content, and it is formatted in a standardized way to enhance communication. So there are variety of publication style among the different scholarly disciplines, and it is therefore essential to follow protocol according to institutions or organize you are targeting. So these steps are very important, and you have to follow all the things, and in every points in your dissertation should be mentioned. And uh, in also come I will would like more tell about ethical principles. All scholars research writing is, however, guided by codes of ethical conduct that everyone know. And the purpose of ethical guideline, if they are followed, is to accomplish by three things. One is preserve intellectual property right. Two is ensure the right and welfare of research participant. And three is maintain the accuracy of scientific knowledge. So scholars and writers who follow these ideals adhere to long standing um, standard within their professional groups. So, any ethical principle of APA stresses the importance of maintaining scientific validity, and the observation is a heart of the standard scientific method, and it is verifiable and repeatable by the others. So it is expected the scholar will not falsify or fabricate data in the research writing, and researcher must also refrain from the altering their studies outcome to support a particular theory or to exclude inconclusive data from their report on an effort to create convincing them. So these are the ethical principles. And the budget. Uh, the need for budgetary planning is not required by the all universities when studying historical material or academic literature, though some do require it. In case of research grant application, you will likely to have include comprehensive budget that break down to cost of your each component. So ensure your funding program and will and the source of amount describe how it was determined. So budget when you're doing your study and you cannot buy ingredient the way you normally would with so many items not having a price tag, how can you make the budget? So take the sum into consideration. One, does your project require access to any software program or solution? Do you need to install or train technology tools? How much time will you spending on your research study? Are you required take time off from work to your research? And are you doing to need to travel to certain location to meet with respondent or to collect data, and at what cost you are going to collect data, and what cost these things are should be in budget. Now the timeline. Without timeline, you cannot complete your research proposal. So a realistic and concise research schedule is also important to keep in mind, and you should be able to finish your plan of study with the allotted time, such as degree or program, academic calendar. So many things are. And the last one is concluding statement. In every research, in dissertation paper, you should write concluding statement. Presenting a few anticipated results of your research proposal is an effective way to conclude your proposal. The final stage of process require you to reveal the conclusion and rationale, and you anticipate reaching, considering the research you have done so far, and your reader know that these are anticipated results which are likely to evolve when the whole study is completed. So in case of, you must let the advisor or sponsor know what implication may be drawn, and it will be easier to them to access the reliability and relevance of your research. So it will also demonstrate your meticulousness, since you will have anticipated and taking into consideration the potential consequences of your research. So the appendix section is required by some funding sources and academic institution, and this is a extra information, is not in the main argument of the proposal. So these are all guideline or steps for the research proposal. Now the reference, as you know, reference is a, it is related to your research, what you read, what is in your review of literature, what do you write in your introduction. These things are come in reference. So these are all about research proposals. So okay, now any question, any query, this is a problem discussion session, so you can ask whatever you feel like regarding your dissertation or research paper. Please write a query on your chat box. Okay, one question. Can you please clarify in simple terms whether the research dissertation in MRD PGD this year we had but her explanation did not combine us. Where the research dissertation is for, I think it is in MARD program. And the second is, Moses asked, does the research question on objective come earlier before review of lit? No, objective come after review of literature. Because the when you read or when you write a review of literature, you get find research gap, and that research gap is a objective. So objective is come after review of literature. I think everything I have taught my last four lecture in very detailed manner. So now it is a open platform, and freely asked about dissertation or research problem where you get find it very difficulty, or and choose the research problem regarding your rural development program. So it is better because you are learning rural development. So you can choose a topic regarding rural development. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, okay. I think no questions. Everything I have cleared. Okay. When we are expected to working on the dissertation, no formal communication. Your regional center will communicate you when we are submitting. I think they will communicate you, and when you fill your forms or uh, taken admission in this MRD, MARD or PGD, you get there all regulation ki when you are going to submit. I think they will communicate you. Uh, this is not my responsibility. My question, please ask me regarded the session, not the. Okay. Can you clarify on question and objective? How many questions and objectives should be researched? Actually, there is no limit of the questions and objective, but for my side, according to me, objective should be four or five, more than four and five. And questions for questionnaire or interview schedule for dissertation, it should be more than 50 questions. Then you will get a good dissertation or research proposal. Then you will get a good findings. So better to make a 4 5 objectives and 50 questions at least in your questionnaire or interview schedule. Uh, are all financial cost related to research project in the hand of researcher? Actually, this is your MARD course. Only you have to make a dissertation. But when you want to make a research proposal for any agency, so the financial cost is all related to research project in the hand of not researcher. Budget and time you have to make. Then funding agencies, all funds are in hand in funding agencies, what they will give you. Okay, is there any specific analysis package preferred to use by university, especially when analyzing data collected? No, no. You got what I have taught last 4 or 5 days. You got all my lectures. I think no more questions regarding this session. Okay, Patson, ask. Better to ask on chat box, I think, huh? How to develop a research hypothesis. Research hypothesis, I have taught you, I think, day before yesterday. It is a tentative thought. Hypothesis is a tentative thought. Wait a minute. Huh. How to develop a research hypothesis. Hypothesis is a tentative thought, and it is totally related to your research problem, totally depends on a research problem. I have what would like to give in a one example for hypothesis. When you uh, see the title of the any movie, then you get what is in the movie according to your title. So hypothesis is just like a title of a movie. You get little bit idea about your research title. Like if I choose the topic globalization and its impact on Indian village, the first hypothesis should be some changes in a, not very much changes in a Indian village by the globalization. Yes, number one. The second is a little bit political changes in a village due to globalization. So the hypothesis like another example I can give you. When I would like to do a study in slums. So slums, I can give you a one hypothesis. Some policy makers or government organization have no any kind of advantaging policy for slums, but whether it is right or not right, you have to do your study on your field in slum or Indian village. Then you will get what is your hypothesis, maybe positive or maybe negative, maybe neutral. So it is a hypothesis. So it must have, is it must to have a hypothesis? uh, for my side, I think hypothesis is must, because it is a your you have an idea about the research in which way you want to go. So hypothesis is a like a way for going to forwarding to your hypothesis. So for me, hypothesis is must. It is like a stairs. Ask if any confusion. At what point does one use hypothesis and research question, which can be applicable in qualitative, quantitative? Both can be, but you can choose any one, either hypothesis or research question. So better to choose anyone. Anything can be choose. In qualitative research, uh, you can use to formulate a hypothesis. If you need deeper information about topic, you know little about a qualitative research, it can help you uncover theme. For this reason, qualitative research comes prior to quantitative, and quantitative research uses deductive reasoning. So this involves the formation of hypothesis, collection of data in the investigating of the problems, analysis, and the use of data from the investigation and drawing of conclusion to validate or nullify the hypothesis. And one question from Moses. What point does one use hypothesis and research questions? Research questions and hypothesis should be developed before the start of the study, because without hypothesis or research question, what will you study? Which path you will go? So I have told you that hypothesis is a kind of a stairs. You go by stairs. Uh, Mushali asked me, are we submitting the research report in 2023 or I have no idea. I am a just counselor. So ask your regional centers. I think you have cleared all the doubts. No questions. You have a lots of time you can ask. I think dissertation is for MARD. I don't know about PGD because I was teaching you for MARD, and this session is also related to MARD. So obviously it is research dissertation is for MARD. You will get soon your research support supervisor. I think next lecture will be for your selecting a research support supervisor. They will give you a list of your supervisor. I think research centers will give you. Raymond asked me, my question may be that where submitted are we to choose research topic? Uh, I think you choose by yourself, but it is related to your research development because you are learning research development MARD. So it is totally on research development. So it is better to choose by your regarding your module. Uh, Choose by yourself. No, this is not for selection of talking. This is about how to make your dissertation or research proposal. Regarding topic, you can ask me or discuss me. Then I think we will. I will help you. So you can ask or discuss. Okay. Yeah, it could be. Uh, it could be your research topic, but feeding program in schools, a study, village study, or you want to do urban study? Which type? Which, Raymond? You asked me how I want to investigate the update of feeding program in schools. Which type of you want to do study? Is it village study or rural study? The topic is not very clear. Uh, for dissertation or research proposal, it's not a tie. It is a, this topic is like a article kind of. It is not a research topic. So you should add some more thing like uh, investigate the update of feeding program in rural school or urban school, a comparison of rural and urban schools. So add some other things like comparison, or in particular a rural school, or in feeding policy programs, you can take very clear for research. So you can more uh, amend, it could be more better. Investigating the effect of feeding program ML people in primary school. Yeah, this topic is very good. You can choose. Yeah, yeah. This is investigating the effect of, why you write investigating the effect of feeding program among people in primary school in the rural Zambia. This is good. Don't write investigating, because your uh, dissertation topic should be as like you researcher, as a researcher you find. So remove the investigating and the effect of feeding program among people in a primary school in the rural Zambia. This topic is good. What the next is effect of food for work program on household poverty elevation. Case study of both South and South Sudan. Okay, yeah, this can be taken. Gugui Garang, you can take this topic. Our dissertation topic being approved. From my side, it is approved, but what is the rules and regulation? Please ask your research center to better. I think you can choose on your own. Then, if the your supervisor, when you get a supervisor, you consent with, or you just discuss with, so you can get a better topic. But these two topics are very good. Effect of feeding program among people in primary school in the rural Zambia. This is a very good topic. And effect of food for work program on the household poverty elevation. Elevation, the colon. Put a colon, a case study of both South and South Sudan. This is comparative study, I think. Gugu, you want to do comparative study, I think. Poverty elevation. So put the colon and then case study of Bor South and South Sudan. Good topic. No, I am not approving your dissertation topic. I am just suggesting and helping you to make a dissertation or research proposal topic. I'm just helping. I would like to give you some tips for choosing your dissertation. First step in making sure your research goes as smoothly as possible when choosing a topic, it is important to consider some points like what is your institution and department requirement, your what is your area of knowledge and interest, the social, scientific, practical relevance of your research proposal, and the availability of data and resources, the time frame of your dissertation, the relevance of topic. So you can follow these steps to begin narrowing your ideas. And I can the in dissertation some content should be there, like check the requirement, choose the broad field of research, look for books and article, find a niche, consider the type of research, what type of research you want to do, determine the relevance of the study, make sure it is plausible, and get your topic approved. Frequently ask questions about dissertation topic. These steps should be in your mind while choosing your uh, topic. The next topic is the Raymond Mawale ask, write down here, assessment of adaptation capacity for small scale farmer to climate change effect. I'm not getting, the topic is not getting me. Please clear more. Assessment of adaptation capacity. No, you cannot assess. You analyze. As in research proposal, assessment word comes in research proposal, not in dissertation. The next is quasi write down here, effect of using children as family labor among small holder farmer in Ghana. Not effect, it is impact of using, I think, not effect. Family labor among rural smallholder farmer in Ghana. Using children, how to use children? Children is doing work as a farmer or labor. What you want to ask me, Kwasi? Not very clear. Ha, I think labor. So it is not clear here when you effect of using children. No, I think impact of uh, small holders, families, children in Ghana. What you want? What is effect? I'm not getting. Please clarify. Effect word should not be right in dissertation or impact. I think no more questions. So my session is over. So have a nice day. Thank you.
Have a nice day, man.
Thank you Thank you, Doc. Have a nice day.
Kali ini. Bau. Bau. Oke. Bau.
Today my class is over and today's session is only for 1 hour. Thank you.